This is Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. He was the greatest composer of the planet Earth. He was working in the church and composing the religious music, mostly. And he was living in Germany and never went abroad. His music is the many masterpieces of Baroque era. And what is typical for Baroque era? For example, he was using the symbols. It's very magical. He was taking, for example, his name, Bach, and using every letter as a note. So, B, A, C, and H, every was a note, and he was hiding in different pieces. You can find this motif, and this is how Bach made it hidden. Or, for example, his thinking is polyphonical thinking. What does it mean? We have in a church a choir, and every voice has their own line. So soprano is developing the women's voice, then alto, lower women's voice, is developing separately, and also tenor, the high man's voice, and bass, the low man's voice. And this thinking of four voices, it was typical for the polyphonic music. You can listen to it. And also, Bach had 2 wives and 20 children. And all the children were studying music with their father, Johann Sebastian Bach. And it was very typical for that epoch, because all the children, if the family is musical, are obligated to learn music professionally, to study music professionally. So Bach did a lot of exercises for his children, and we are using these exercises till now. So I also was studying with Bach exercises when I was a little girl. So Bach's sons became composers, and the most famous were Wilhelm Friedemann, Johann Christoph, Johann Christian, and Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. And the piece of Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach you will hear on the concert. So we have a music of Bach, and we have a music of Bach's sons, and here is a border between Baroque era and Baroque music and classical music, the music of classicism. And music of classicism has a lot of logic inside. The mind is very important, the structure is very important, and the religion is not so important anymore. And also, Bach's sons were more flexible to add more humor, more stories from life, more spontaneous ideas to the music, and you will hear it in the Fantasy of Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach that you will hear on the concert, because it's actually for me a story about 2 people, like a little opera inside the instrumental piece. In the 18th century, Bach's sons were so popular that the name of the Bach the father, Johann Sebastian Bach, was almost forgotten. And for example, Mozart told about Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach that we all need to learn from him. So the family of Bach was a musical family. All the children were studying music. I wanted to ask you, do you have the common profession with your parents? Maybe you have the dynasty of doctors or engineers in your family. Please share in the chat. See you tomorrow!